Boxer from Speak, and it just puts me on a para. I'm live now, active. I've got a thing on me now. They get told straight to drop me off straight away. From there, I'm on a paranoid mission. I'm locked off, not eating, smoking opiate amounts of weed, going to sleep with me thing. In that process, I've got a few rats kicking in. This one particular rat puts me on this individual. From that get-go, I'm on that individual. Within 5 days of me understanding who that individual was,
I'm Ben, an operations manager for Amazon.
We have 2 cars on standby. There's 6 of us. We go and get in them 2 cars and we go on a mission. The mission is a man called David Regan, who is an innocent party in all of this, just like Craig. The mission is the Clean Machine car wash on Kensington Road, East Prescott Road. It was a business owned by the deceased through drug money. No disrespect, but it is how it is. We're in 2 cars now, we're in tandem. We're in a Galaxy and we're in an Escort. There's another car trailing behind, which is a Fiat Toledo with some other kid in it. We travel up St. Domingo Road from our estate. It is how it is. There's a thing there with a quiet one on the end of it. We fly up St. Domingo Road, do a left down West Derby Road, straight down to Brew. We bang a right down Greens Lane. Do another right up Kensington at the lights. The Clean Machine car wash was about 200 metres up on the left. As we pull up, it's a nice summer's day, the 18th of May. It's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, summertime, the sun's out, my door being blazing. Got a Jay-Z song in the background. Two cars slam on outside Clean Machine car wash. There's a BMW 3 litre, brand new, right up against the wall. Sitting in the front seats was the deceased David Regan and his brother Michael Regan. There was a bulletproof vest on the back seat, unfortunately. Someone jumps out of the car. Runs up on their car, lets a shot off at the windscreen. Jumps up on the wall to finish them, but they jump out the car and take chase. One got clipped in the nose, which is the little weasel. He just bails. Sorry for calling him a weasel. It's the past. The deceased got on his toes and was shot in the back 3 times. He was lying on the floor. The escape was made. I was arrested within 2 days. On the 20th of May, I'm in custody. I then go through a long process of court trials where I've got 5 co-accused to begin with. One of them co-accused was a Mr. Anthony Christian, known as Yinka, from Fairmere Road. We had a 28-week trial on the first trial, which never began till 2007. I was on remand for close to 2.5 years before my first trial. We go up to trial. During this trial, evidence comes to the front, but they don't want to tell us where this evidence is coming from, but they want to use it in court. We're not having it. The defence team's not having it. We want to know who the informant is, how long they've been informant, and we want to cross-examine them. The judge agrees with us and tells the prosecution we're going to have a short adjournment. And whilst we're adjourned, we expect you to come back in this room and release the details of the informant. So anyway, we come back up in court. But during our adjournment, when we got adjourned, Anthony Christian got taken out of our cell for a legal visit. Never came back into our cell from his legal visit. Facts. We go back upstairs. Anthony Christian gets acquitted on the spot. No more evidence. The informant's name was Tony Christian. Tony Christian is Anthony Christian's uncle, Kevin Wheatman's dad. This is facts, people. It's all on legal documents. So, because of what's going on, we have a retrial. Young Scott Walker released, acquitted, legitly. He was not there. He beat the case legitly. Anthony Christian Walker's his uncle was a snitch. Fact. So we move on to my next trial. There's now me, Mark Richardson, and a kid called Bonehead, I think. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we go on this 18-week trial. It comes out that the main prosecution witness has been in a very long-term relationship with a rat, and she was an unreliable witness. Due to that, the judge ordered her evidence to be dismissed, and also said her evidence has been biased toward my other 2 co-defendants. So then adjourned for an hour so we could discuss what was the best way forward. The option was given. I could sever myself from them 2 and let them 2 carry on with their trial, or I could carry on with them. I thought the best thing to do was sever myself from them so they would not get guilties. Don't forget, at the beginning of this process, the only plea bargain they offered me, was for me to go guilty to a murder. And all them would walk. I went in the cell after that offer and put it on them. Every one of them said, no, swerve it, we'll ride it. Give them the due. Anyway, so they carried on with the trial and they got acquitted. I'm left to sit in myself for another 6 months, and I go back on my trial, which is a 3-day trial, with one witness. And that witness was a policewoman. And her evidence was hearsay evidence. What do I mean by hearsay evidence? When Craig Barker was shot dead, I'd sit with his mum when I could face her. And she'd get very emotional. And she'd always ask me, who was involved? Who was involved? Who was involved? And I give her some names. This. When she's being emotional a couple of months later, she's had a victim liaison officer visiting her, you know, to make sure the family's okay during the process for an 18-year-old baby getting shot dead by a soldier and a drug dealer. She said to the victim liaison officer, Darren said these names to me. Now, when I've gone to trial, that's the only evidence they had. Sheila was called as a prosecution witness, but she backed my corner. So they made her a volatile witness and discounted her evidence and just went off the policewoman's evidence alone. It took the jury 1 hour to convict me. When I'm standing in the dock, all the policemen, good strong 20 of them, in the public gallery in suits, major investigation teams, special branch, people like that, we're all buzzing, clapping, over the moon, running out. People who were outside waiting for my results were telling me that the policemen were running outside, getting on their phones, speaking to their hierarchy, congratulating them that I'd been found guilty of the murder, which was only just. I was involved. You know, I'm not moaning about that. I was convicted, and I was rightly convicted. I'm not saying I weren't, and there you go. I'm not going near that. I'm just giving you the story of what went on and why it went on. Anyway, right through all this process, I'm getting told off my defence barristers, you're getting 30 years to a 35 rec. Standard procedure. It's borderline contract killing. He never had the gunman. I conspired with others unknown on the end. So my indictment at the end of all that process was conspired with others unknown. So there you go, I'm in the dock. The judge has told me to stand up. I'm fully expecting a 30 rec, a 35 rec, so I sit back down. Fuck that. He tells me to stand back up. He starts giving me this lecture about how volatile this crime was. The time, the aggravating features, 3 o'clock in the day, there were school children coming out of school at the back of the car wash. It was sunny, it was daylight. These are all aggravating features. He starts going on and I'm thinking, wow, he's going to hit hit me right on the chin here with this 30 wreck, but I'm ready for it. I've been in for 2.5 years. I'm geared for it. I'm ready for it. I had the guilty in my mind anyway. I was just riding it out because the 35 wreck shouter, you're on it. Real people know what I'm on about. He starts going on to one, so I'm just thinking, hurry up, hit me with this shit. And then he starts talking about the gold year rule and the fact that my crime was committed in 2004 and the new rules never came in till 2005, and I've been in custody since 2004, so there's a possibility that I might come under the old jurisdiction of the law. Now my heart was beating fast. So anyway, he starts going on. I'm looking at your previous convictions, and there's only one that concerns me, and it's against a prison officer in Walton Prison in year 2002, when you threatened to get his house burnt down, and you received 18 months for that charge, but no harm was done to the officer or his family. I'm looking at your previous and the intelligence, and I do not believe you to be a threat to the general public of the city of Liverpool. But I do deem you to be a threat to the criminal fraternity in the city of Liverpool. He said, on that basis and them grounds, I'm going to sentence you under the old law, and I've got two choices. A discretionary life sentence or a long determinate sentence. Now at that point, I'm fucking nearly pissing myself. I'm just thinking, wow, you got to understand, 30 to 18, okay, rec, still shit, long determinate, oh. So on the back of my previous convictions and the fact that the only real one I'd had never got carried out against S.O. Haig from Walton, he said, I'm going to sentence you today without reports under the old law, and I'm going to give you a long prison sentence, determinate. I'm going to give you 18 years determinate sentence, and I will take so many days off for your remand time. I'm thinking, wow, this is fucking okay. Alright then, let's see. That's it. 18 years. Under the old law, you do 2/3. You get out on parole, you have 18 months licence. He takes me down. I go into the cells. It is what it is. Emergency bells. Pull out my spliff, bang, have a weed. That's it, mates. Have a little contemplation. I've got a release date. That is so important. It's got a release date. Now, don't get it twisted. I have got empathy for the victim. I do regret my actions. It is what it is. I've tried to do what I can with that family, and they're the worst gang of hating people out there. So I let them crack on with it. I go into jail. Within a week, I get a letter under my door. It's a letter. The prosecution are not happy. They're appealing to the Attorney General. The Attorney General is the highest prosecutor in the land, based in London, basically. They appeal to the Attorney General, stating the fact that my sentence was too lenient, and they at least should consider a life sentence with a mandatory term. Now I'm sweating like a cunt. That's probably why I ended up getting a skinhead for the last 10 years. Losing connection, people. But anyway, it came back, I was sweet. Bang. I had to do 12 years. Went in 2004, got out in 2016. Never hit the block once for self-protection. Not once, but I did witness many of Scousers hit the fences and lock themselves off in a block for a multitude of reasons. Little rats from Breck Road refusing to come out to reception in Lindholm because I'm on the wing. Instead of coming on the wing and fighting me, they decide to go and have a fight with 8 screws, get themselves blocked off, and then don't come out the block for 6 months until I go out the prison. That was Gandhi and fucking the other little rat, what's his name? Kento. 2 little rats that were having trouble outside. I didn't even fucking know them. Didn't have a clue about them, and they just destroyed everything about me. When they've landed in that reception, started screaming my name, they fucked all sorts up security-wise. I was fucking flying in my jail, them 2 land and just go... and it just destroys me. Puts me back to high-risk Cat C instead of low-risk. Fucking little rats. But anyway, that's me past. It is what it is. The same kid snitched on little Paddy Dillon, Ian, fucking Bonehead, got them put all on remand, and then said he wanted dough off them for something that they never done. Started saying I want dough off them. Got paid and then fucked off to Scotland. He's up there smashing it. Little fucking snitches. But as I say, people, that's the past. You wanted a true story, you just got one. It was deep. Nearly lost me emotions there, but I kept it under control. Everything I've told you is true to the point. There's a lot of detail missed out, but obviously that detail can be for the future with a different podcaster. You know, it's still there, it's still deep, it's still raw. If you want the true details and the facts and you want to feel it deep and proper, with the true details, the last podcast I skimmed across them. Skim through them, little hour and a half, bang. I've just told you one detail, one intricate part of that situation there, and it took me an hour. But anyway, people, I'm as real as they can be in this situation. Choose a life, not a knife, as always.